Okay, what's up, guys? Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. My name is Pow Salud. Welcome to our live edition of the Boxing Talk. Today, we're gonna talk about the recent news that I've heard about Canelo Alvarez thinking of fighting Alexander Usyk. Is he crazy? We're also gonna talk about Floyd Mayweather fight in Japan. Although this has been announced a couple of weeks ago, it has been officially confirmed now. So let's talk about that. Again, my name is Pow Salud. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe with that notification bell. And let's do a quick intro of our show for tonight. For today. Whew. Ilang ganito, ilang set? Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing? Powcast Sports. I decided to do a live show today, and I'll do another live show tonight. I already have topics in mind, and I just thought I'd separate the two. But before we start, I'd like to do a quick shout outs. I don't know if there's anyone watching in the afternoon, but let me just go ahead and share this one first. How are you guys doing? How are you guys? My viewers a little bit silent in the afternoon. Yeah. San Buena, how are you guys? How are you? Let me just share this around. Okay. So our topics for the day, aside from the main two topics, we're gonna talk about the news in boxing in the global stage. So the reason why I'm speaking in English is that first our topic is more on the international stage of boxing. So we're gonna talk about Canelo Alvarez wanting to have a fight. And or not wanting, maybe still open to fighting Usyk at a catch weight. He must be crazy, or he must be genius, or there are other things to kind of explain what he's trying to do. But if he couldn't get past Dimitri Bivol, it's kind of make me wonder how he's gonna get past. Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk, of course, is currently the best heavyweight, arguably defeating Anthony Joshua. Of course, recently, if you haven't watched that fight as well, very controversial. You know, if you don't know what happened at the end of the fight, Joshua threw away the belts. He was sour graping there. He was, very unsportsmanlike for Anthony Joshua. Alexander Usyk was just quiet. He won that one. We can all argue who's the winner. Maybe it was really a close fight, but then again, the act of Joshua after the fight wasn't really. It's not really the way I knew him. He had a lot of sponsors and a lot of people believing in him. And the way he reacts, it's just so disappointing. Anyway, so we're talking about Canelo Alvarez and Usyk, but we shouldn't really be talking about that because Canelo Alvarez is scheduled to have a fight against Gennady Golovkin. So if you don't know, I will tell you when exactly is the fight. September 18, Canelo Alvarez takes on Gennady Golovkin live on the zone. That's September 18. That's a Sunday in Manila. And let me just go ahead and tell you exactly where it's going to be held. Let me check our shout out. Dong Bisaya Reyes, shout out po sa Tito Bangko. Fine sir, thank you. How's my sound? How's the audio? Kumusta? Check. Fine sir, thank you. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. So it's gonna be happening at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Gennady Golovkin. This is the third time they're meeting. So of course, Alexander Usyk recently had a fight against Anthony Joshua. He won that one. I don't know who he's fighting next. But for Canelo Alvarez, he may be looking past Gennady Golovkin, sharing thoughts about who he wanted to fight next. But maybe it's all for entertainment. Maybe it's all to make us all excited. But I kind of doubt it now. Again, Saul Alvarez is a very good boxer. He's one of my favorite boxers. And I like him. I like his style. But his previous fight against Dimitri Bivol kind of set out the limit, probably what he can do. I mean, I'm sure he wants to create more legacy and get more championships in other division. But the last fight against Dimitri Bivol may prove that maybe light heavyweight is too much. 174 pounds, and Gennady Golovkin. I mean, Canelo Alvarez is only 5'8". Now Dimitri Bivol is a 6-footer. Now, if he's looking to challenge Usyk, who's 6'3", I'm kind of worried about Canelo Alvarez. If that fight would happen. Now, Dimitri Bivol, we know how he defeated Canelo Alvarez, and Usyk may have better skills. No, Usyk can box. I mean, Usyk can fight bigger guys, can defeat bigger guys. What more if it's Canelo Alvarez, only 5'8"? So, just saying. Anyway, Diego, excellent audio. Reggie Campos, shout out Sir Pow from Japan. Shout out Reggie Campos. Kumusta? How are you guys doing? So, let me just read this one. This is from Boxing Scene, and the reason why I'm reacting to this, I think, is it's kind of crazy. Just even though he wanted to get more legacy and add more accolades to his career, fighting Usyk is just maybe a little bit too much for him. No matter how good he is. But let me just read the first paragraphs, the couple of paragraphs from the article written by Sean Nam. Canelo Alvarez evident has not lost interest in a potential catchweight bout with unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. The Mexican superstar suggested earlier this year in May, ahead of his light heavyweight title fight with Dimitri Bivol, that he would welcome a fight with the Ukrainian, albeit a catch weight of 201 pounds. So, 201 pounds. So, originally, Canelo Alvarez is a 168 pounder. So, if he wants to go to a 201 pounds or a 200 pound catch weight against Usyk, I'm not quite sure if it's a good idea. I mean, it is something that it makes you wonder, but it also makes you feel worried about Canelo Alvarez, if this is really something that he wanted to push through. I mean, he couldn't beat Dimitri Bivol. So I don't know. And one other thing, Canelo Alvarez says, and this is related to this story because just a while ago, and I received a press release. Let me just look at this. From the zone, Dimitri Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez had a press conference and I saw the photos. So they're fighting, and the date. Let me give you the date. November 5 in UAE. So Dimitri Bibol and Gilberto Ramirez. After the fight with Canelo Alvarez, Gilberto Ramirez was actually trying to challenge already Dimitri Bibol, saying that he will be the Mexican to defeat the Dimitri Bibol. So the fight is happening. I think this is a great fight. Again, Dimitri Bibol, Gilberto Ramirez, number one, number three. Very interesting fight, and I saw the photos, and it looks like either Dimitri Bibol is smaller than what he has declared on Boxrec, or Gilberto Ramirez is so much bigger. Because if you see, I posted a photo. If you see difference in the size, that's so big. So that's happening on November 5. And if Dimitri Bibol, according to Canelo Alvarez, if Dimitri Bibol loses to Gilberto Ramirez, he's not gonna fight Dimitri Bibol anymore. No more rematch. So it makes sense probably, because there's no reason to get the belt. There's no belt. And I don't know if Canelo Alvarez is going to fight another Mexican, because I understand from what I'm hearing, Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to fight any Mexican fighters. So there you go, guys. I just felt like, the news about Saul or Canelo Alvarez opening or had an open idea about fighting Usyk is just a little bit crazy. But Manny Pacquiao has done it. 8-division world champion. Canelo Alvarez wanted to add more division to his record, and there's a saying. There's a saying that it's only impossible until someone does it. But this one is a little bit, I think, out of the radar. Or I think this is just too much. A tall task. Okay, so anyway, one other thing I wanted to share to you guys is finally, again, reported, and I've read this on 3 legitimate website, Bad Left Hook and Floyd May and BleachersReport.com. Although I've read about this news, and there was a press con that happened on this one. So Floyd Mayweather Jr. Fight Mikuru Asakura in Ryzen exhibition, September 25. Now, the reason I want to talk about this, because I just came to Japan. I just came from Japan, and my experience in Japan just totally changed my aspect, my outlook about the country. It's really different when you're looking from the outside and looking the photos, and you're hearing things from other people than talking to them personally. I have not been to Saitama, and maybe just maybe somewhere in the future I'll be able to watch in Saitama September 25, maybe. But that's too soon. I don't know if I can get back to Japan September 25, but that would be a great match. I know it's going to be a lot stricter for that event. Probably couldn't get any videos inside the fight itself, but interviews with Floyd Mayweather should be interesting if I can get an opportunity, but that's not really a plan. If someone from Ryzen invites me, then yes, it will become a plan. I agree with you. Floyd Mayweather is just cashing some money in Japan because he can, and not just because Floyd can, because Japan can. And this fight happening September 25, September 24 evening, I believe in the US. It's going to be on pay-per-view, and it looks like the Japan as a boxing or MMA or fight fans really love to see Floyd Mayweather, because they pay good money to see Floyd Mayweather against their Japanese compatriot fighters who will eventually get defeated anyway in a boxing match. Now, it is only an exhibition match, but the benefit, as per the articles that I read, I think the benefit that Japan is getting out of this is basically marketing benefits. There are a lot of marketing benefits you can get about, when Floyd Mayweather is in your event, whether he's just talking about it, talking about your product, or inside the ring fighting someone in an exhibition bout. It will garner global attention, not to mention the money that could be generated out of it. Floyd Mayweather, even after he is retired, and that's why he's still getting a lot of haters, is still making money. In fact, he may be getting more money, or better money, without even training that much, or without even doing a lot of things. So, and firsthand, I've experienced that Japan, on a small event, fans from all walks of life support the event. So I don't expect anything new to happen in that fight. Floyd Mayweather is eventually gonna win. He's gonna have some fun. He's gonna get some money, and Floyd Mayweather is at it again. So there you go. Speaking of exhibition, no one since the press con has been talking about this. Maybe because the press con should have happened in Korea. I don't know how much following you has in Korea, but Manny Pacquiao exhibition fight is still on December 10, Pacquiao versus DKU. So I'm not quite sure the development. There's not a lot of marketing materials or a lot of news about this, but it's still happening. So that fight is still happening. Pacquiao versus you, December 10, 2020 in Korea. Yeah. So there you go, guys. One other thing, for this weekend, and I'm intentionally speaking in English. I've been really trying to do an English commentary as well for the global market, so that people would also understand what we're trying to say. So maybe I'll do this in the afternoon. In the evening is the Tagalog version. But for this weekend, we have a big fight: Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz, of course, the former heavyweight champion, is fighting Luis Ortiz, and a lot of people are saying that Andy Ruiz fight with Luis Ortiz is a must-win fight. And I may agree with a lot of people that's been saying that, because obviously Andy Ruiz, the looks on the paper, he should be the favorite on this fight. Okay, so Andy Ruiz, first Mexican heavyweight champion with 34 wins, 2 defeats, 6'2". This guy is 6'2". He will be fighting Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz recently fought Chris Arreola. When I say recently, I mean last fought December 21. May of 2021. So hasn't fought anyone in 2022. This is the first time. In fact, just before the 2021 fight, Andy Ruiz had a long gap, a long vacation, after he got defeated by Anthony Joshua in the rematch in the Anthony Joshua fight. That was probably and most definitely the claim to popularity of Andy Ruiz. And now he is at it again. The fight with Luis Ortiz wasn't initially and originally the opponent that they're picking for Andy Ruiz. They're picking an an activity fight, but that one was so one-sided, and I guess a lot of people didn't like that matchup, so they had to change it to Luis Ortiz. I think Luis Ortiz, even though he's already at 43 years old, again, Luis Ortiz is 43 years old. The King Kong. Floyd Mayweather is actually 54 and 0 if you count the women. Marty, how are you? How are you, Marty? It's been a while. It's been really a while since I I've been really consistently doing live, and I just wanted to get the groove back. That's why I'm doing live in the morning and the evening. So I've been doing this for 2 days. I might be out of the my consistent live again because I will be going to Surigao. So let me just interject this because I got an invite to go to Surigao on September 7. There will be an amateur boxing event there, September 7th. And then after that, of course, there is also a professional boxing event on September 10th. So there'll be a gap from September 8, 9. So maybe I could go somewhere. And since I'm doing my travel vlog anyway, so I'll take that opportunity to kind of go different places in Surigao. So if anyone there from Surigao wanted to assist me, please be my guest. Okay. I got Ruiz over Ortiz. Ruiz definitely is the favorite. Luis Ortiz, still a very dangerous fight. Yes. And Luis Ortiz recently fought Charles Martin at TKO. Even though he's 43 years old, he actually he has still a lot of big power in those hands. So this is a dangerous fight, but nonetheless, Andy Ruiz is expected to win this fight. But the size of Luis Ortiz is very intimidating. He's 6'4", he's big, and he can really punch. So this is really a must-win situation for Andy Ruiz. And the thing is, these are heavyweights. With heavyweight fights, anything can happen. So this might end in a knockout either way, but favoring big favor to Andy Ruiz for this fight. Okay. I'm very near Surigao, pero busy ka and I have to work. I'm not busy, man. I'm not busy, man. Come on, meet me September 8 or 9. Maharlika, oy, are you still in Manila? Are you still in Manila? Luis Ortiz on a high blood medication. Hey, oh yeah, okay. All right, so I just wanted to share to you some quick news about the Canelo Alvarez intention of fighting Alexander Usyk. Man, that's a good idea. That's an idea that people would talk about, but yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea for him. Maybe he wanted to win against Dimitri Bivol first before going after the really big boys. All right, okay. So let's talk about other things. Maybe there are things that you wanted to ask Ruiz via unanimous decision. Possible. Luis Ortiz. Okay, Luis Ortiz got 2 defeats, and those 2 defeats all came from a knockout. So his 2 defeat came from Deontay Wilder. Yan. So I am more excited for Ruiz versus Ortiz than Canelo versus Gigi. I don't know. I just feel that way. Okay. I'm excited on both. There's a lot of things to be excited about on the on that card. I would like to share to you that there are 2 fighters that Filipino likes to talk about on the same card, where Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz is fighting. Sometimes I get confused. Andy Ortiz or Andy Luis Ruiz. Surigao, very near Surigao, Pow, like an hour plus boat ride. Siargao. Actually, nabubulol na nga ako. I'm getting a little bit confused last night when I announced it, because last night we closed the deal on me going there, so I'll be staying there for 5 days. 5 days in Surigao, the Philippines. I heard there's a fiesta there. So Surigao and Siargao is 2 different places. Yes. So if you can visit me, man, let's go ahead and have a quick bite in Surigao, since you're from the area, just let me know. I will probably have an open day either on the 8th. I think on the 8th is the safest. Andres, saludos. Okay. All right. So there are two fights that you'll be interested to follow on that undercard. Isaac Cruz will be fighting Eduardo Ramirez for the WBC Silver Lightweight Championship. Again, Eduardo Ramirez, 27 wins, 2 defeats, and 3 draws, while Isaac Cruz is 23 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. There will be a Filipino also fighting on the same card, and of course, we've been talking about it already. Mike Plania and Rasi Alim will go head-to-head for the WBO NABO Super Bantamweight Championship. Rasi Alim is undefeated with 19 wins, and Mike Plania had 1 defeat against Payano. On my way back to Cebu sa airport na. Oy, hope you had a very nice vacation, extended vacation in Manila. And hope to see you again soon. And let's talk, brother. Thank you very much, Diego, for all of the opportunities and the experience that I had in Japan. Such a what's Japan like, Pao? How's the women? Japan is very beautiful. The women are also beautiful, but I haven't really tried. If you're asking me the same question, if you're asking what you're thinking. No, I did not. Although we get to chat with a lot of locals and Filipino, Japanese, or Filipino people, Filipino community in Japan. Very nice. So there's a lot of place. Marty, why don't you head over to my Pow Salud project channel? There's a lot of videos that will be uploaded and a lot of still to be edited, and I'm still trying to catch up. So, yun. Let's go to South America soon. Nako. Yeah. We'll try. We will try. I think I need a sponsor already. You better inform me early so I can get some sponsors, because the budget constraint. South America is a little bit far. So, we need some sponsors on that one. Okay. So, whew. That's a fight this week, okay? By the way, one other fight, maybe I should be discussing this to you, but I want to discuss this on a separate on a separate podcast or a separate live video. It's the fight this weekend between Juan Francisco Estrada and RG Cortez. Does anyone know who RG Cortez is? RG Cortez. It's like the name of my neighbor, RG Cortez. This guy is from Mexico, 23 wins, 2 defeats, and he's a 3-star fighter. He has 2 defeats, but that was a long time ago, 2014 and 2015, and since then he has won every fight, and he has compiled 23 wins, 2 defeats. I'm not very excited about this fight. Plania Alim, Salud, Pow, Andre Smith, CA, Marty, you pay for the travel expense. I thought that was an invite for you to cover. Thanks, Marty. There's a lot of help that I've gotten from Omega. I did spend some. There's a lot of places that I went through there, so of course I did spend as well. So Juan Francisco Estrada and RJ Cortez, not a very competitive match, but this looks like an activity fight. Juan Francisco Estrada, after fighting Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and Carlos Cuadras, is fighting to win. He's definitely gonna win this one. It's gonna be a real shock if he gets defeated by RJ Cortez. So there's really not much to talk about on this card, but this fight is gonna be happening in Hermosillo, Sonora, September 3. So yeah, even though the record looks good for RJ Cortez, but the level of opponents, as I'm seeing right now, is not very good. So, but we'll do commentary. Are there any other fight that will get our attention there? Oh, here you go. This one's okay. I know Sivenati and Shinga because Sivenati and Shinga fought our very own Christian Araneta and has fought a number of Filipinos as well. So now he's getting a chance to fight someone good, Hector Flores Calixto. So these guys are trying to get up the ranking, and Hector is undefeated, 20 wins with 4 draw, and this one is for the IBF World Light Fly. So it's a vacant fight. It's a vacant title shot. So it's a very good opportunity for the South African and the Mexican. And yun, Boss Pow, anong date araw sa atin ng Pinas? Mike Plania is fighting on a Monday. Monday po. So, September 5, Monday in the Philippines, because the fight in the US happening on a Sunday. Okay? Did you get that, Eric? Thank you so much. So those are the fight that we'll be watching out for this week. So if you don't know, I just wanted to remind you, yesterday or August 30th, 2 Filipinos were defeated again in Japan. Jesrey Mominal and Mark Anthony Hiraldo, both defeated via decision. So it's not a very good streak in Japan. We'll probably have a different conversation about that on some of the times, and why, because I get asked so many times why we are getting defeated by Japanese a lot of times these days, when before, it's not as bad as what's happening right now. Okay. Okay, now maybe it's time for me to answer some of your questions. If you have any questions, 30 minutes of the news. If there are any other questions that you might have, please. Let me just see. Devin Haney and Cambosos coming back with a vengeance. That this fight, also the fight with Devin Haney excites me. Devin Haney Cambosos rematch. It's about pride. It's about honor for Cambosos. I'm sure it's not about the money, because Cambosos is again inviting over Haney to Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see my notes here just to make sure. Yeah, October 17, it's happening right away. Devin Haney, the champion, Cambosos Jr. So it's not about the money. It's about redemption for George Cambosos. Now the thing is, George Cambosos need to really up his skills here, because Devin Haney is really a very good boxer, and if he lets Devin Haney control the fight, it will be the same again. It will be the same unanimous or decision win for Haney. I think Cambosos should really find something else to do, or if he could hurt Devin Haney, then he has a big problem. That's October 16th. 3 days after that, NBA season starts. I'm still trying to contemplate if I should be doing NBA or basketball news. Maybe I should do that some of the time when there's big news. Casual NBA fan. I'm a basketball fan. I did watch the FIBA Philippines versus Saudi. I know the news. I know the trades. Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverly teaming up. That's in basketball. Labor Day college football, long weekend. CA. NFL September 8th. By the way, Surigao is such a chill town, like city. No face mask, just happy, chill people. Some with Siargao. You should visit the island. It's beautiful. What happened to Casimiro? Is he going up to weight? I'm not that sure yet. I'm not that sure yet if he's going up in weight. Although I'm kind of hoping he just go up in weight 122. I think he can still carry his power, because the reason I only say this is because of the recent situations. Not recent, because it's been more than a year now that he's been inactive. So maybe he wanted to consider moving up to 122 so he can get the fight easier and get the weight easier. So, but I hope for the best. I know I get asked every time about Casimiro, and all I can say to you guys is, let's stop being a hater. Let's stop being a hater. There's news and there's just personal things. So if it's personal things, I don't really wanted to discuss about it. So there you go. Maybe again, if I got 139 viewers right now, how many people are watching on YouTube? Only 26 people on YouTube, and I had 120 people watching on Facebook. So maybe, just maybe, I'll do an English commentary in the afternoon. Maybe I should do an English commentary in the afternoon, and then the Filipino commentary in the evening, and just mix it up between basketball and boxing. You gotta forgive me. I do love basketball as well, just not have been getting the time to really review it. So just earlier today, I actually read about the news about Canelo. Just thought I might share it to you. The Hunter, Canada, CA, Dimarukot, US. I remember Willie Hackett. Willie wanted to get me to Las Vegas. He's from Japan. He said he's gonna pay for my ticket, for my airfare. Maybe soon it will happen. I don't know. I don't have a visa, brother. So someone's gonna help me to get a visa. That's the hard part. It's not really about the the tickets. The money. It's about getting your proof and getting the visa for the countries that requires it. And that's when promoters and boxers or managers or whoever has connection needs to help me. Sir Pow, kailangan i-improve ni Angkas para manalo rematch kay Martinez. Thank you for the questions. The Hunter says, what should Jerwin Angkas do so he can win the rematch against Fernando Martinez? So for people that doesn't know, Jerwin Angkas is going to be fighting, at least on my record. I don't know if this is outdated. Let me just see. Jerwin Angkas, October 9, Los Angeles. I'm just gonna go ahead and check if it's already on BoxRec. October 9. Okay, yes. October 8 in the US, October 9 in the Philippines. That's a Saturday in the US, Sunday in Manila. California State Athletic Commission, Tom Brown and Samson Lekowicz, Samson Boxing. And this is going to be shown on Showtime. So the main event is the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fondora versus Carlos Ocampo. And Carlos Adames versus Juan Macias Montiel. And Jerwin Angkas versus Fernando Martinez. That's going to be for the IBF Super Flyweight. So to answer your question, The Hunter, I still honestly believe that Jerwin Angkas has better boxing skills than Fernando Martinez. Fernando Martinez, I gotta give credit to him. He's very active, very aggressive, and he throws a lot of punches during the last fight. And I expect him to do the same thing for this upcoming fight. So for me, Jerwin Angkas should just come in as conditioned as he needs to be. The last fight, very surprised that he wasn't really moving that much. So I've been saying this over and over again. So in simple terms, I just wanted to make sure that Jerwin Angkas gets his weight right away, gets his condition, and his boxing skills will do the rest. So The Hunter, that's just the simple answer to your question. It's simple. In Tagalog, kailangan ng condition at makuha niya ng maaga yung timbang niya para hindi siya mahirapan. Because if you don't have the energy and the fuel and the proper condition, you won't be able to execute your game plan, or you won't be able to really uh, 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 really execute the game plan, and really use your boxing skills. Okay, so Celtics, Sixers at Celtics, then Lakers at Warriors. CA Dimarukut, should I be doing NBA? North America means NA. No. Yeah, it's surprising the viewership is low. Maybe it's a momentum went down, or am I wrong? Yeah, maybe there's a difference with the algorithm. At the same time, a lot of people has different expectation now on entertainment content. Marty, to be honest with you, if the content or if the topic isn't really that intriguing, and plus, I'm just trying to get back my groove, so I'm not worried about the viewers. What I'm worried about is those solid supporters that or solid fan that really wanted to get some valuable news, or news that makes sense. But I know that this is gonna happen. So some people are gonna stick. Some people we're gonna find out if they're bandwagon fans, and there are a lot of that, and that's okay. That's no problem. So because of some of the personal things that's happened, don't worry, it's gonna get back. When we get another champion, when we get another someone that to talk about, people are gonna start to watch again, and this is why we have to adapt, and this is why we should just continue to to support each other. Marty, it's the algorithm, sir. So yeah, algorithm means North America, sir. Pow. Hopefully, Team Anacast will bring Coach Arrow back. That's one of the solution, Diego. No. So, to be honest with you, I've been with Coach Arrow in Japan. Able to spend some time with Miss Janet, or Coach Arrow. And her methods very good. And if without Coach Aro, after the first round of Pita Pulinar, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to stand up and be able to withstand those powerful punch of Take. So yeah, I mean, as long as Team Angkahas gets the proper condition and the proper nutrition to fight, whether it's Coach Aro, you said it's good to have Coach Aro. If it's Coach Aro, very good. If it's not, as long as they get that early, there shouldn't be any problem, at least in my opinion. Sir Pao, if you don't have any visa, call J. I don't know, this an algorithm sounds like Nirvana albums. Sullivan numerous. Okay. 10 a.m. Lakers. Take note, NBA fans in the Philippines. Okay. You guys, that's the reason why I don't get a lot of viewers these days, because I don't get into the hoopla. I don't get into the drama, not as much as I did before. So maybe that's one of the reasons why only 133 people are watching, and only 30 people on YouTube. That's kind of embarrassing for consider as the father of sports blogging in the Philippines, right? Embarrassing. But in Facebook, I'm doing good. It's just the YouTube, I have to consistently go live again. So that's it. It's 43 minutes. I'll find a better topic for you. But tonight, don't forget, my topic is MP Boys Revenge. MP Boys Revenge. That's controversial enough for you? Controversial enough for you? So I hope it is. Anyway, that's it. I'll just try to find some a better topic for you to be excited about. But please pour in the questions if you have any questions in mind. Please comment it right now before I go, because I do have things to also do. Nobody likes drama, and I'm speaking for myself. Okay. Sir, paka-shoutout Jade Lu Chavez. Sir, malakas pala si Lipin at sinalo si Figueroa on short notice. Yeah, that was a big surprise, man. Big surprise. Brandon Figueroa was supposed to fight um, Broner, no? And Broner pulled out. The Lipinets came in and win. Sir, pupusta ka ba kay plan niya? No, sir. No. Sir Pa, I have a question. Do you think Foggy for Life marketable on both the interns for trash talkan? I'm not sure. If anyone can be marketable as long as they, if they're effective in their trash talking, then why not? Mas high maintenance in YouTube. How many Japanese women did you add on Facebook, pal? Just a couple. No, my Facebook is very wholesome, Marty. Okay, Bobby Oswenko, good PM, Sir Bobby. Tomato Can, Sir Paul. To you, probably it's your show, and we will always listen. Up to you, probably it's your show. Ortiz Ruiz, Sir Paul. Yep. Okay. So I guess if there's everyone just saying hi to each other, it's becoming like a reunion for us to go back. I will try to be consistent until September 6th. So September 7th, I'm in Surigao. So FYI, guys, please tell your friends that I'll be in Surigao from September 7th to 12. I hope I have good internet in Surigao, so I can continue at least just continue to be live every day. I should actually be doing that. In Japan, in the first 4 days in Japan, I wasn't able to go live because we don't really have good internet, and we're always on the go. So, yun. Oh yeah, prediction mo Plant versus Derel too. Oh, this one. Thank you for asking the question, Hunter. And I actually just received a press conference note on this one because they recently had a press con. Okay, I received a press release. They'll be on the undercard of Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius fight. Caleb and I'm rooting for sweet hands. Two-time former super middleweight champion as itong si Anthony Dirrell. I'm rooting for Caleb Plant. I couldn't give you an honest and a very reliable prediction as of the moment. I would really wanted to check first, but let me see. Let me just refresh myself. There you go. Caleb Plant, 6-1, recently fought Canelo Alvarez. Anthony Dirrell, 37 years old. Anthony Dirrell. I think Caleb Plant's gonna win this one. I think Caleb Plant. So Anthony Dirrell had an activity fight against Marcos Hernandez. He got a split decision draw against Karen Davis. Well, he moved up and get a level of fight against David Benavidez, which he was unsuccessful. He was defeated there by a 9-round TKO. He compiled the win. Before that, his last defeat was Badu Jack. So that's the two defeats of Anthony Dirrell. He's 37 years old. So that's gonna be a big factor for me against Caleb Plant, his only defeat came from Canelo Alvarez, and I'm sure we all remember that Canelo Alvarez fight. So I got Caleb Plant for this one. Caleb Plant, 30 years old, although he's coming from a defeat against Canelo Alvarez, but don't count out Anthony Dirrell. But I got my money on Caleb. Thank you for the question. If you got questions, then I couldn't really let go. New content, Sir Pa. Prediction lahat ng fight at review anong score sa lahat ng prediction mo, Sir Pa. I think my prediction is better when there's no Filipino. If it's not Filipino, most of the time, because I always pick the favorite. So for example, so I only get wrong on my prediction if I'm if it's Filipino, sometimes, most of the time, or if there's an upset, because I'm not. I don't usually pick the underdog, not unless it's a Filipino. So that's where my bias is. Just joking around. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for the live. And Siriga has a good enough connection for you to go live. Marty, you should visit me. We should meet. Manood ka ba ng Laban TV Japan? I'm not sure. I don't think I can go back to Japan. Although my visa is until November, I'm gonna be asking around if I could go back in Japan. Maybe I could get a sponsor. And I still need to get accreditation from the international media for the promoter. Should I go back? Actually, there are good fights, Filipino fights. Maybe I should go back to Japan, no? And then they're still fighting. I haven't heard about him for a while. I even forgot to spell his name. Yeah, MP. No drama. Thanks, pal. Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. I think Anthony Dirrell is still a very dangerous fighter, but I think he's just well over his prime. Already 38 years old against Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant what might win this by decision. Dana Jones, thank you so much. All right. So guys, it's about an hour now. I really have to go. I'll see you again tonight for the Filipino version of our live talk, and we're gonna talk about MP Boxer's Revenge. Okay, salamat. There wasn't there a fight in Thailand tonight? I'm not quite sure who's fighting in Thailand. I think you were talking about the fight in Thailand that happened already between a Japanese and a Thai fighter, where the Thai fighter won via decision in a controversial fight. Bivol versus Ramirez. Sir Pao, kanina ka. I'm picking Bivol, but Ramirez so big. Ramirez so big, but I'm picking Bivol. I'm picking Bivol. Just I picked Canelo the last time, so I'm picking before when they fought, so I'm picking Bivol this time. Merci. Bye guys. Sayonara and goodbye. I'll see you again tonight.